This tutorial is just a brief introduction to some of the language and key terms for circles. You need to remember these words. The first one we'll start with is a tangent. A tangent is a line that touches the outside of a circle. I like to use KISS as the words of outside circle. Here's a tangent right there. Here's another tangent. Here's another tangent. That's a tangent. Okay. On the inside of a circle, we see the word diameter and radius. These terms are very important. I know you're familiar with it, so I'll be quick. Diameter is the length of a line that goes through the center of the circle from one side of the circle to the other side of the circle. That is the diameter. The radius is from the center of the circle to any point on the circumference of the circle or the outside part of the circle. As you know, any parts of a circle are equidistant to the center of the circle. They are all the same distance from the center of the circle. So the radius is precisely that. It is from the center to the outside, from the center to the outside. All right. And the radius of a circle, of any circle, and I'm going to use R for radius, the radius equals the radius is half of the diameter, D for diameter, or the diameter equals 2 times radius. For example, if there's a circle and here's the diameter and it's 10, okay, the radius will be 5. That's diameter and radius. Now you also see I put chord here, the word chord. Chord is any line that kind of cuts through a circle and creates a section. So you see this green line here, that is a chord. Here's another chord. It's not going through the center of the circle, but it's touching one side of the circle and the other side of the circle. Here's another chord right here. It's a smaller one. You can see it's touching 2 parts of the circle, but it's not going through the center of the circle. That's a chord. And it kind of splits, it kind of cuts the circle up into a little piece like this. Here's another little piece of the circle. If we can just shade the part where the chord cut through. Okay? And we have a name for that. You can see them over here. I'm just going to get rid of my annotations. All right? Here are key terms of the circle. Here again is the radius, the chord, and that shaded part that I shaded is called a segment. So here's our segment over here. Okay, and you can see it right here. That's a segment. Now we have another thing. If you have two radii, here's a radius right here, and here's another radius. All right, it creates a sector, like the piece of a pie. And the outside part of the sector is the arc. That's the kind of where the circumference of the circle is going between the 2 angles, the 2 radii of the sector. That's called the arc. You can see that word right here. And all of you know circumference. Circumference is the outside of the circle. So if you take the outside of the circle, you take that and you cut it and you stretch it from one part to the other. So it's no longer a circle. See, we cut it. Here's my scissors. And we cut it and we stretch it out up here. This is called the circumference. All right? And the circumference is generally 3 times longer than the diameter. That is basically the ratio of diameter to circumference is 3 over 1 or 3.14 over 1. So if the diameter is, for example, if the diameter equals 10, their circumference will roughly be 30, a little bit more than 30, but it'll roughly be 30 because circumference is generally 3 times, a little bit over 3 times more than the diameter. This is just a brief overview of circles. Please take note in your video tutorial. Thank you.